Hello, today I'm making over this heavy duty, well built, those are all keywords for this thing is stinking heavy. Like Mike and the boys are really mad at me for getting this freebie. But we got this desk for free from a doctor, 40 years old they said. I don't know, it's probably 20 years old. But this thing is really super heavy, but it was free, and we needed a desk for the office, a bigger one. So what I'm gonna do is, our local Habitat for Humanity has paint for $2 a quart. She shook it when she went to go hang it or ring it up, and she said, oh, this isn't totally full, although I think it's like right here and like right here. And she said, I'll just give it to you for $1. So I got each of these for $1. I am using a paint and primer in one, and then the satin polyacrylic. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand down the top and restain the top. I'm gonna have to run back over there and see if they have a different stain color. And then I'm gonna paint the sides this deep blue to go with this poster that I got Mike for Christmas. I am going to do the office in a Parisian theme, so let's get started. Okay.
I can't. Oh well.
I was going to sand the top and get it completely smooth and get all the stain off and re-stain the top and leave the top with a wood stain and not paint the top. But as I got to sanding, whatever coating they put on this desk, it was really stuck on there. So then I tried taking paint stripper, and I put paint stripper on there and I let it sit, and it just really didn't do a whole lot either. So I did a little bit more, kept trying to go on the paint stripper. You could see it was actually starting to come off a little bit, but it wasn't doing a real good job, so I'm not quite sure what the issue was with that. So I put on a second coat of paint stripper after I did the first one. I put a second coat on there, kind of got it off, and it was just really, really blotchy. I just could not get it an even top. And quite frankly, I just do not have the patience to be sanding and sanding, so I decided to give up on doing a wood grain top. So I started painting the sides, and I started putting the first coat on. I did not prime anything because this was a paint and primer in one, and it's an interior paint and primer in one. And I really liked how it turned out on the desk. Now, the desk is super, super heavy, and I mean really heavy. So what I did was I put the first coat of paint on, or I put the first two coats of paint on, and then I had Mike and the boys move it before the paint had cured, so that if I needed to do any touch-ups, then I could just touch them up in the basement and then finish the top in the basement. So they had loads of fun moving this down to the basement. Alright, I'm loving the color. I think the color is great.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna finish the top?
Yes, when I get downstairs. Alright, now let the fun begin. Now, don't panic if you scratch it. That's why we're moving it now, because I can touch up the scratches.
Good. This is stuck to the
Oh,
nice decoration.
no, it's a paper holder.
Do you have a chisel? Yeah, just stick the papers under there and then they won't blow when the wind blows.
See?
It's a specific to Wyoming kind of desk thing.
It is. It only happens in Wyoming.
Can you stick it on the other slightly, Jack? To the left? And you're facing it, so it's causing issues. When we get to the deck, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to lead again. So what music are you using?
I don't know. What music should I use? Dramatic music.
Dramatic music?
Yes.
Yeah. Military victory music.
Now this is very
Okay.
because we don't know if it's going to fit.
Jack.
Knocking on the neighbor's door.
Okay.
We have to yell because if we don't yell, then we don't sound like we're, you know, doing it.
Oh wait.
Good.
Yeah.
We're in it.
Woo! We made it.
Don't mind us. We're just passing through.
Please open
Passing
the
through
door.
the neighbor's house to
Fit.
look over the desk.
Jack, can you get there and help Dave and set it down so it doesn't fall?
I should be able to do it myself.
Well, maybe we could have a spotter since it's really heavy.
Wow. Jack, grab the ring.
That would help you, but I can't get in there. I'm gonna squish my fingers through this. You get it right in the middle there, I'll get it in the middle here. And we'll just lift it with the chair.
Mom, can you come help?
It needs to come towards Jack about half an inch.
Well, I can't.
Wait. Oh, hold on.
Like that?
Screw it to there.
How does this make you feel?
I think we need to elevate it about 8 inches so I can see out the window better.
I told you.
Or we could just make the window bigger. Believe it or not, we've done that before, but not for this reason.
And surprisingly, there really wasn't, they didn't scratch it up at all, actually. I didn't have to do any touch-ups at all. So surprisingly, through all that, none of the paint got scratched at all. Alright, so what I have here is I got this, I don't know, what do you call it? I don't know. It's a thick, heavy plastic. And I'm going to cut me a piece off. And I'm going to use it as a straight line. Okay, just like so. You could use any heavy plastic that you have, or you can buy the special painting tools that they have for that. I'm using my Dixie Belle, this is chocolate, right here for the top. Ooh, okay, that's a pretty color. So I think that's gonna look really good. Ooh, that is very pretty. Wow, that looks good. Okay. Now, I know I should be pouring this into a paint roller thing and all that, but you know what? I'm just gonna pour it right on the desk because I don't feel like getting fresh paint roller thing. Okay, here we go. Dixie Belle paint came. They offered to send me some paint to try on a project, and I really need to get this project done. So when I started this project, the paint hadn't arrived yet. And in the middle of the project, the paint had arrived, so I thought, well, shoot, let me go ahead and finish the top with the Dixie Belle paint and the Dixie Belle top coat that I got, because I really wanted to give this a try because I've heard so many good things about it. Now, they did send me the paint, and they do have an affiliate program. So I will leave the link in the description below if you really enjoy this paint. It supports our channel if you purchase through our affiliate link. It's not a sponsored post by them, they just sent me the product to try. It's been 2 hours since I put on my first coat of Gator Hide, and I realized my microphone was turned off. So sorry. So I'm going to go through everything I said again. So on the Gator Hide, it doesn't really give very clear instructions, I would say. I mean, it doesn't say wait time or anything like that. It says just to apply 2 to 3 coats. Well, I look in their little how-to book, and here it says you can add up to 3 coats. For added protection, apply another coat after 1 hour. Oh no, that's the clear coat. For the Gator Hide, it says after 2 hours, you can apply another coat. It doesn't say if you should sand or not, so I'm not gonna sand.
And then it says a 48-hour dry time is recommended, and then cure time on here says 21 to 30 days. Now that's a really long cure time, but if it gives me a super hard surface that doesn't have all the dings and nicks when you set stuff on it, I would be really happy with that. So we're gonna go through how to put this on again because I messed up with no microphone. So it says to thoroughly stir the Gator Hide. Now I shook it up when I hadn't opened it. Now it did take a whole lot more than I had thought it would, which is fine. I just wasn't good at estimating. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I wet my sponge down and then I wrung it out really, really well. But several bloggers said that it really helps to have the sponge wet. So here we go. Got my wet sponge again. Wipe it off, and then you're just gonna go, now I start in just a little bit so that it can smooth out here and just go straight across. And then smooth out again. Whoa, oh dear. Oops, that's not good. Okay, let's try it that way. Okay, the second coat is not going near as smooth as the first coat, and that's just user error. And they said don't go over it too much. Just, I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay, it's nice and smooth, feels really good, but I think I'm gonna put a third coat on just because I'm paranoid. This is gonna be a desk that we use all the time, and I really want the top to be hard as nails. So here we go. Okay, I'm done. Now we wait 30 days. This will be exciting to see how well it works. To clean the blue sponge, all you do is run it under water. It's water soluble, and rinse it out, and you're ready to go, and just throw away the rest of your Gator Hide.
All right, so I really like how the top coat turned out. Now it was time for the hardware. I found these handles at the Habitat Restore here in town. They were $1 each, and it was 50% off day, so I got them for 50 cents. With another item, I'm not quite sure how the lady rang it up because my item should have been about $5 and everything was $3.75, so I don't quite know how she rang that up. But anyway, these handles were anywhere from 30 to 50 cents a piece. And then I just took some bronze spray paint and spray painted the handles. And I really like how they look on the desk. Now, I will tell you, I absolutely hate putting new hardware on furniture. I'm a perfectionist. I just never get it centered, and it just drives me batty because more times than not I have to refill holes and repaint because I just can't get it centered. And I tried and tried and tried. So finally I just took the plunge, drilled the holes, and they weren't centered, of course. They were only off a ½ an inch, so I thought, you know, it's the office. Nobody's going to be looking at it straight on except for the pictures for the video. So I'm just going to leave them and just make everything a ½ inch off. And I will tell you, it took me probably a good 2 hours to try and get these dumb handles on. I was so frustrated, I just about took a hammer to the entire desk. I am not exaggerating. By handle number 3, I was like, forget this. I was not feeling good. I was really tired and I wasn't feeling good. For those of you who don't know, I have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. And this kind of stuff, even though I really enjoy doing it, it does really wear me out. And so I just about was ready to take a hammer to this project. I was like, forget it. I can't get these dumb handles on. I'm not going to keep going anymore. And then I was like, Tara, just keep going, you're almost there, just get it finished. And in the end, I got all the handles on, and I did scuff up the handles, so I sprayed a little spray paint on the cardboard box that I used to spray paint them on, and I took a little foam brush and just touched up the handles and then let them dry on the desk. And that way my handles were all fresh. So here is the final desk. I have to say, it was worth the headache and the hassle. It really turned out pretty. I just was super excited how nice it turned out. It really does look fantastic. And I have a couple of pictures that Mike found at the thrift store for $5 each, so we picked those up. And then I have some other pictures that I have, and then I'm going to take another table and put a Paris theme on the other table also, so he can have his little corner of the office be a Parisian theme, because he really likes Paris. So this whole thing was, the desk was free, the handles should have been about $2. I spent $4 on a can of spray paint that I will use again, so I probably only used about 5 cents worth of spray paint. So we're up to 55 cents so far. My blue paint was $1, and I'll use that for another project, of course, so that was about 25 cents worth of paint. And then I did get my top coat free, my paint and my top coat for the top of the desk free. But if I would have had to purchase it, I used about $15 worth of paint. So altogether, if I would have had to buy all these supplies, it would have cost me around $15 to $18, somewhere around there. Well, not even that much for the paint because I didn't use it all. So I would say probably $10 to $15 to redo this entire desk. I am super happy with how it turned out. Yeah, it was a pain, but man, it really looks nice in the end. Help with the desk, get a slushie. I said those who help with the desk get a slushie?
Yes. Yes.
Let's see, but I didn't get it on recording. What flavor slushie do you want?
That depends. What flavors do they have?
I don't know, we'll have to go see, shall we?
Sure.